Welcome back to L003. The remote viewing session you're about to see was completed on April 1st, 2025, which is, I think, 52 days before the actual meeting actually occurred. It occurred to me that it would be interesting to see if the Farsight remote viewers were able to perceive a remote viewer while they were communicating telepathically, if that is indeed what is happening, with who they claim to be extraterrestrials. So I reached out to a friend and colleague, Don D. Corsell. Don is a well-established, high-functioning, and capable remote viewer and channeler. I knew Don would not have much interest in the RV right now because he's gaining too much insight via channeling, which is why I mentioned it to him. He liked the idea, so being that he knew what the target is and remote viewing is done in the blind, Don instead focuses his efforts in channeling people and persons in a meeting. Meanwhile, I reached out to Mr. X, which is a very proficient viewer of a student of mine, and I wrote up a tasking for him for a blind remote viewing session. The tasking for this project was as follows. Target 11A. The target objective is to penetrate Courtney Brown and his team of remote viewers at the time of their ET board meeting for the month of May 2025, specifically when the camera is rolling, during their on-camera discussion. The primary objective is to optimally perceive the points of discussion, but also to determine if we can be perceived by Farsight's remote viewers during the meeting and be acknowledged that our presence is there. Mr. X cannot see me during the session. We can hear each other. Mr. X is incredibly talented but busy. At the time, you can hear kids in the background, so the recording is not great, but the session itself is stellar, and the data is quite profound. Now, during the session recording, I will point out various aspects of interest, but I must first state this very clearly. Mr. X was definitely on target. He also very clearly interacted with the non-human entities at the target. And yet, at no time during the actual Farsight filmed meeting did the Farsight remote viewers acknowledge our presence there. This is nothing, it's not to bad rep the remote viewers or anything. I wouldn't have seen them there either. But these are the type of projects that are seriously lacking in the field of consciousness and remote viewing, and the kind of stuff that we really should be doing, because it's one of the most innovative projects that's been done ever. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start the video, and I'll point out various things. I also encourage you guys to watch the Farsight meeting for the month of May, because you will obviously see the correlations in the discussion.
Okay, this is Project 11A, and that is your target coordinates.
11A.
11A. Go ahead and
One
take
more.
your family whenever you're ready.
Looking up. Penguin down. Go up. Curving up. B. Going with environment. With subjects.
Okay.
Going to S2. Green. Right. Brown. Rectangle. Black. Red. Textured. bumpy, rough. Smells like smells stingy. Honking, beeping. Rough feeling. Beeping. Humming. Tastes like stale. Alright, going into AV, AI, let's see here. Something feels important here. AOL break like a portal. Just like getting a big like ball circle.
Okay. Declare, AOL that and
Yeah. Move. Does it in the morning want to move me somewhere, or?
I want you to get into it a little bit more, just see what pops up as you sketch, just declare everything as it comes.
Okay. I want to move myself. Move 100 meters above the target. Assess BP. Something should be perceivable.
You feeling anything as you're sketching?
Yeah, I'm sketching. It feels like I'm above it right now. It just feels like round structures. It almost feels like this isn't AOL to say it, but it feels like a road, but a pathway. But I'm gonna that as an AOL break. It feels pretty wide open, vast. Like I can see for miles.
Okay. Try a movement command move to okay. So you got looks hilly or something. Try to move to the optimum position and sketch.
Move to the optimal position. Link should be perceivable. Noise, dark. Texture. I feel like there's like it's like a subjects in like a dome or something, or a subjects in a structure. What it feels like to me.
Okay, that's an AI. Sounds like.
It feels like two primary subjects to me.
Okay.
Like.
Okay. So he feels like there's two primary subjects. I just want to point out that in the meeting, Courtney has two guests, two beings.
I mean, like this. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of structure.
Yeah, so it's a structure. Okay. So keep that as your primary focus. To stay in the optimum position and you start sketching.
Yeah. Technology is coming in. This is coming in. Take a break. Something feels spectacular here. Spectacular. Let me write that down. That just came in like,
Okay,
that
AI.
Yeah, let me take a little break here. Yeah, break. Like a wow signal or something. All right, get that. All right.
Allow that. Declare it. And
Yep.
then just, you said there was primary light. Just start poking around the light, see what you get. Show me primary light, something should be interesting.
Yeah, it's a business meeting. Came in. Transaction.
You got a business meeting. Let's go into kind of a so right after that was a transaction. That's probably a signal there.
Yeah. Like I get this. It's weird because I get these two subjects and on one side, like they're walking towards each other quickly, and then I get some kind of like book or laptop or and what you're gonna have to write on the side. This popped up.
Okay. So it's all structure. Okay. So
Hold on here. Break book. All right. Go ahead.
So I want you to you had business meeting. So I want you to kind of do like kind of a stage 5 with that, and just kind of
Okay.
put up business meeting and just see what comes out of it.
Business meeting. Technocratic is coming in. Technocratic. Mind knowledge.
So check in with yourself. How do you feel about how this is going, this meeting?
How does it feel?
Yeah.
I don't like it. It feels like someone here has the upper hand over the meeting.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. Move on to sketching then. Start and probes. Just focus on the light forms.
I don't know. I don't like how the one subject feels. He feels like he's dominating the meeting or interaction here. Feels like it's a male subject. Feels like he has bigger ears. Guy's intense. Has eyes that are gazing. He's very sly and keen, and it feels like he hides behind like glasses. Past work is coming in.
What is?
Like past work
Oh, okay.
is coming in. He has broad shoulders, feels like.
So I want to give you a movement command. Meeting top.
Okay. That is not the correct terminology. Nitpicky on myself. What I should have said is a movement exercise. So, on me, but, I gotta point that out.
Topic of discussion. Something should be proceeded.
Here, hold on. Let me just show you.
Okay.
What's that? What's the, sorry, go ahead.
Meeting, topic of discussion. Something should be proceeded.
Topic of... Something should be perceivable. It's like round table. Okay. It's like to win over. Like winning over the hearts and minds. Something's very serious here. What else? Like there's a code here. Like a code to act. Almost like a seed planting. Like planting a seed to let it grow. Planting a seed. What else? Spontaneous is coming in, like a planned spontaneous meeting. Spontaneous, but plan. Positional is coming in. All right, what's going on here? Show me. What it's important about the meeting. What's coming in? I don't know if this has to do with anything, but about the meeting is about life and structure, and I'm not sure if that's all
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
but if,
It sounds like you're doing fine. So I'm gonna give you another
yeah,
movement command.
put myself to the meeting and what is important about it, but it's about life structure. Um,
Okay. I've got a movement exercise for you. This is an important one.
all right,
So in big brackets.
all right, go for it.
So I want you to move to the optimum position
Move to the optimal position. Okay.
to accomplish
To accomplish
the target objective. Something should be proceedable.
objective. Okay. So, like, I go right back to these. There's two subjects again, and you go right back to it, and it's almost like you ever have someone put your hands on your jacket or anything like that and press. It's like an intimidation method.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay, because one would conclude at this point that this would be. It's almost as if security is, like stopping Mr. X. This is not the first time this happens in the session. But there's several indications which is why I named it. Well, I had named it before that, but very aptly named precognitive party crashes because they get kind of annoyed that we basically interrupted their meeting, seemingly.
No.
So like when someone kind of they grab you, but it's like a nice grab. It's it's like a slight tug and like fixing your collar or something. That's what came in. It's like an almost like an intimidation tactic, and yeah. Here, hold on. Let me draw this. Like it's like a game among the men. I have to put an AOL break, like mob-like. Mob-like. Alright. I feel like this subject is well dressed. And he's like, hey. And his intent feels good and bad. His intent feels like he's going to get something out of it, which would be kind of like the bad of self gaining, and then like the good is like it feels like it doesn't the interaction doesn't feel as bad. Like there's something that's going to be gained here too, like a growth of knowledge. I if I gotta put down an AOL break, like a spy. Like monitoring is coming in. Oh, I'm sorry. Here. Get this guy, and he's pretty much a primary focus right here. He's the one making the rolls. It's engaged, well dressed. He feels like a manipulator on top of it, but it feels feels good and bad. It's kind of weird. It's like gaining something, yes, it's going to help, and then also it helps their objective as well.
Okay, I'm gonna try another movement command.
All right.
All right, you've mentioned a table.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to move to the center of the table.
Okay.
What I'm about to do is I'm going to have Mr. X perform one of Farsight's procedures, which is a light up procedure, where they often will light up like a starburst to see if an ET notices their presence. And which is interesting, if you think about it, which what they claim is that's how they determine if there's ETs in the room or if there isn't. So Mr. X doesn't really know any of this, so I'm just kind of, that's why I had to monitor this session, because I have to have him try. What I'm trying to get him, basically what I'm trying to get to happen is I'm trying to get him to bang the tambourine, in essence, loud enough that the remote viewers themselves at Farsight will know that he's there. But what happens is very interesting.
I'm going to give you a movement or something to do when you get to the table, and then immediately report what you get out of it.
All right. Okay. Documents are coming up, but go ahead.
Your what? What'd you say?
Documents are coming in, but I can AOL that.
That's okay. So you're probably deep enough. It's probably you get. Okay, so you're moving to the center of the table, and I want you to perform like with the Farsight, like a light up procedure.
That's kind of weird. It's like a tip of the hat. Like a respectful tip to the hat. Like, wow. Like they know I'm here. I didn't think they did it at first. Thought they were human or something, but they know. They do look human.
Okay, so.
Go
ahead.
That's weird. It's like a smirk. Like, yeah, we know you're here.
Can you telepathically ask them to acknowledge your presence?
I say this several times in the session. Acknowledge your presence, acknowledge your presence. And the reason being is, what I mean by that is I'm trying to get the remote viewers, Farsight Murphy, to acknowledge his presence there, or for the ETs to, somehow let them know that we're here, okay? Now the ETs, in air quotes here, acknowledge Mr. X's presence over and over and over and over. But that's what I mean when I keep pressing, because I'm pressing him throughout the session.
Even can acknowledge. Yeah, he just gave me a tip of the hat, like he didn't want to engage. Like there's a male figure that doesn't want to engage. He's there. He's like, hi. And then he's real subtle. He's real, like, reserved.
Okay.
He's real. He's well dressed, well mannered. Like he's very. This subject's kind of like by the book is coming in.
So like
this is
go ahead.
weird. It feels so human, but yet it's not.
Okay, so I'd like you to relay to them telepathically that we're here would be no harm, but we're performing an experiment, and it's critical that you acknowledge your presence.
All right, we're doing an experiment. He's like, yeah, he knows. He knows your intent. It has something to do with, like, That's weird. It's almost like Dave's being followed. Like he knows about you. Like you're watched. Really weird. It's almost like a TV. Like there's some kind of tech where like they can just watch anybody at any time, at anything. It's like they're there.
Okay. So is it so they what we're talking about? So could you relay to them that it's critically important that our presence is acknowledged in some degree?
All right, hold on. It's critically important. It's like, yeah, he knows. He's like smirking right now. This guy, this subject, male. It feels male-ish. Um, like he knows. Like he finds us amusing, almost like childlike to me.
Ask him if this is. I don't say yes and no. Do you get a sense that this is going to be successful?
He's weighing timelines, not. He said you'll have some success, but it won't be the success completely that you want.
So notice he says you'll have some success, but not the success that I want. So every aspect of the tasking was fulfilled outside of the Farsight viewers acknowledging that we're there. So that's interesting. And remember, at any point in time, so it was primarily successful, all right, but not completely in that vein. And the question you need to ask yourself is, he's clearly on target, Mr. X, and if the Farsight viewers are indeed communicating with the same folks that we're communicating with, at any point in time, even if they couldn't have perceived us, the remote viewers, if they're having a conversation, the question you need to ask yourself is, why wouldn't these ETs turn around and say to Courtney and the other Farsight viewers, just so you know, there's other remote viewers here? Why wouldn't they? Tying these two things together would literally be a silver bullet for proving his claims, and yet they don't make that connection for him. So it's something we got to think about. We need to be asking the right questions, guys. We don't even know the right questions to be asking in a lot of this. So I'll continue on.
So could you ask them?
He's grateful for the interaction. Says, you know, he's very gentlemanly like. It's almost like he does want to engage, but then there's like code of ethics where he can't completely engage. Does this make
code of ethics? He talks about, now Courtney talks about this code of ethics, where the reason why they can't come out and show themselves to the world is they're not supposed to interfere. It's kind of like the Star Trek Prime Directive type of thing. And yet, telepathically and invisibly and everything, they seem to be interact. That's okay. So what would be prohibiting him, the ETs or whatever, from interacting with us and making that connection to them, if we are all, in a sense, in the same room? So something seems... there's something missing here. You know, there's some... Again, it's very curious. Let's move on.
make any sense to you?
Yeah, so ask them, if there's anybody else in the room, will they acknowledge your presence to some degree on camera?
Oh, that's weird. It's like the room was dark and then it just like lit up. And there's all kinds of subjects here. It's like a discussion room, a tactic room. It feels like different forces are represented here.
Okay, move on to another life. Just go on to another life in the room and just start kind of
That
profiling.
male subject, he feels the primary though.
Okay,
Just to give.
that's fine.
Should I go second primary? How should I move
Just
this?
move on to a secondary life form in the room.
Okay. Move to a. Okay. Something's coming in like caring, loving, motherly like. Um, just hold on, it's coming in quick, so. Um, strong jawline. I'm just getting it, just trying to go on to me. It feels like bangs. Hair is long, flowing, blondish hair. Uh, it's like a blue eye.
Okay, so
Very, very intense.
okay,
Very feminine. Um, it's like she can look through me.
okay, so I want you to focus on that. It sounds like a female, and I want you to
I get,
telepath. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I get a weird feeling like. I get a weird feeling in my stomach, like it's like she's collecting data off of me,
Okay,
like old childhood.
Okay, so in this, Mr. X describes. Um, he describes a man and a woman. That's kind of leading this meeting, and I believe, or a male and a female. I believe that in the video they describe a more male and more female type presence. I believe. So just something to point out there.
okay, so I want you to relay to her that you are a human remote viewer. This is an experiment, and you're a guest.
Okay, hold on. I am a what, Dave?
Human
Sorry.
remote viewer.
All right, human remote viewer.
And if you could just acknowledge that there's another guest here.
All right. And I have a guess, like you're the monitor.
No, just let them know that you're a guest there. You'd be no harm, but it's important that you acknowledge that you're there.
It's like I interrupted something. Like they're upset, like I interrupted like a meeting, but like they look at me like a child. It's kind of strange. This is a feminine subject. I'm gonna say she, but
Okay.
I'm not sure. But she's very intense. But yeah, she looks at me like a kid. I get a sense of like I'm childlike. Like I'm not responsible for this meeting. Um, but she is willing to engage.
Yeah.
Um,
So just let her know we're not trying to interrupt.
yeah,
We just, it's important that you acknowledge
yeah.
this
She knows.
interaction. Okay.
She knows. Um, she's like, well, go ahead. Well, what do you want?
Tell her we're performing an experiment.
Okay. Performing an experiment.
To
She's like,
see
yes.
to see if they acknowledge our presence.
Of course, we acknowledge your presence. Your presence is old. We've known each other for a long, long time. It's like you're in a human experiment. Like you put yourself in this position, like for some kind of growth. It's like Man, she's really intense. She's really like, I can feel her presence like on me, like heavy. She
Let her in.
is.
Let her in.
I mean, she's already reading. I'm just saying her presence is heavy. It's like weight on my shoulders. It's like being in like a haunted house and you have weight. That's what it feels like. It feels heavy. It's this subject's really intense. Um, like life lessons here. There's something about being here that is a life lesson. Um, like the subject knows the problems here, and she knows systematic issues with systematic groupings and systematic um, policies that put systematic everything's systematic. It's like it's almost like it's like a tech systematic technocrats, and the people we think are in charge are not in charge, and many gods and little gods and people that claim to own everything. You have to gate through um,
You have
like
what?
you need to navigate through all these roles, people that are claiming to own you, claiming going through the rules the right way. It's almost like a mouse in a like a maze. It's like basically put you so you can never get out.
Interesting. All right, you're doing really well. I want you to move and
Weird.
and see if there's any other life that you haven't yet to interact with in the room. Go ahead and move to them.
Man. So this is weird. I got to take an AOL break. You ever watch X-Men before?
Mm-hmm.
And there's the one dude. I think his name is Beast. He was like a blue gorilla or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is on, but this subject looks like a beast. So I'll put that on the side. I can go to a different subject.
No, that's, I mean, I don't think there's a beast there, but talk to him. See what he says. There's probably a life there. I mean, what is? Um,
It feels like it's like this came in. It's like a galactic force, with different races, and it's like we're being represented by something else here. Um,
Go into that.
like
What do you mean by that?
I don't feel like there's a direct representative of man. Like I feel like there's powers that claim ownership of man, and like you need to claim your own ownership.
Hmm.
Like I think the term that's really coming through is more. This is an AOL, but sovereignty. Um, sovereignty. I'm gonna write that on the aside as an AOL break. But it's really interesting. It's like in this
Go ahead.
it, this subject, he has wild long hair and he's well mannered as well, but yet he has an aggression inside of him that can be unleashed. Like he has an anger that I've never seen. He's very chiseled, very broad,
Okay.
and it's like I'm going around this table.
Okay. Well, I want you to the one that you AOL is Beast from Beast. I want you to introduce yourself telepathically and ask them if they have anything they could tell us that would be helpful. How are you doing?
And well, yeah, there's stuff to be helped here and engage. Oh man, like galactic force is still coming in. Like here, I'm gonna put that on the side. I have to take an AOL break. Galactic force. Okay. What do you want me to ask, Dave?
Just ask them if they could tell us anything that'll be helpful to our objective.
Anything would be helpful for our objective. All right, who's channeling? Someone is a channeler here.
This is the moment in the session that my jaw drops to the floor. Because Don had channeled this meeting. Mr. X has no idea. I haven't even seen Don's data pertaining to this yet. And they are requesting to talk to Don. So, this is very profound, guys. Very profound. They go into basically kind of saying that it's an easier way to communicate. Listen closely.
Like they want to communicate with the channeler.
Really? Okay. That's interesting. Oh, man. Okay. Just let them know that the primary channeler is not here right now. It's a separate situation.
He said he's going to get into contact.
Okay. Does he know? Ask him if he knows who I am.
He's right now. This subject.
Is what?
For your whole. He's going to pass your like pre-Earth life path. It's weird. Yeah. I'm getting all the pitch. I don't know if this is relevant, but I'll draw it. But you know, we did a target a long time ago with the Matrix, and these boxes came up and it just rose.
Now he gets into the death traps. Clearly. What he's describing here. So, just letting you know.
Rows and rows of boxes. That's what's coming up.
Interesting.
These weird grid patterns coming in.
Okay. Could you ask him what he thinks about our experiment?
Oh, he likes it, but there's something else out there that you need to travel, another communication route. It's like he looks at RV as like kind of like chimps would do. It's weird. It's like there's something else out there that it can get you closer, and it's more grid-like, tech-like. Like I got like a computer system with like kind of weird. It's like a pyramid system with grids, with lights. It almost looks like and I gotta write this on the side, an AOL break, but it just reminds me of a like electronic board.
Okay. Is there any? Okay. Now I want you to focus on. Is there any other life in the room that you have not interacted with, and focus on that? Any humans?
Yes. Some subjects don't want to talk, or it feels like there's maybe one or two. It's like this room just opened up. Like I said earlier, it was dark, and then it became like I just sat at the table with like a bunch of people around. Like I'm at the table. Like, you know, you tell me don't put yourself in the target.
Mm-hmm.
while I'm in it.
Yeah. No, for this one, that would make sense. Okay. So I think you did well. I think I'm probably going to close it up. But so last movement command, go to the most primary life form in charge of this meeting and ask them if there's anything noteworthy that they could say that would be helpful.
What is noteworthy? It's like you really need to start practicing every day. You really need to really hone in. It's like this one's kind of like a message to both of us. Like we really need to hone in, take the break, and go back into it every day, just for 10 minutes, 15 minutes minimum. Meditate as well.
Okay.
And they're telling me be careful dealing with certain beings. Some won't be as friendly.
Okay.
So you're lucky.
Could you ask them if we've gotten some acknowledgement on camera here?
Yeah, he said, Dave, I've already acknowledged you. I know. You've been acknowledged. Trust me.
Okay.
We've seen. It's like you've already been monitored. Like you've already been.
Well, that's not exactly what I'm imagining. I'm imagining if like basically the experiment is going to be successful.
For the most part, yes.
All right, buddy. I'm going to thank everybody involved.
All right, go ahead and end that.
So I'm gonna.
Okay. This is innovation, guys, in remote viewing. This is the kind of projects that we need to be doing on a scientific basis, kind of a perspective. So something can be learned about how everything interplays. Brings up a lot of questions. And there's a lot of projects like this that I plan on doing in the future, because this is what's going to take us to the next level, is projects like these. And it's projects like these that are seriously lacking in the field of remote viewing, unfortunately. And it's my hope that the people with the eyes to see and the ears to hear will take notice of it, because it's important. It's far important, more than any of the other nonsensical stuff. We need to be asking the right questions before we can find the right answers. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and share the content. And please buy me a coffee if you support the channel. And we'll catch you next time on Owl003. Thank you, guys.